Hello, welcome to Todaysoon, hottest news updated every day. Today's news will be about Xi Jinping caught attention with his unusual gait. Having claimed that China was facing difficulties, his legs would not shake, his back would not tilt, but Mr. Xi was then caught with an abnormal gait like when entering. On October 23rd, the Chinese Communist Party held a ceremony to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the War of Resistance against the United States and North Korea. Mr. Xi Jinping shouted at the United States, "Let the world know that the Chinese people want relations to improve, not to cause problems. Faced with all difficulties and risks, no shaky legs, no bent back." Immediately after Xi's speech, some media noticed that he left the stage unsteadily after nearly 40 minutes of enthusiastic speech. According to the video recorded at the time, Mr. Xi Jinping delivered a speech at the conference and said, "China does not allow any force to enter and divide the territory, and the Chinese people do not cause trouble. Not be afraid of difficulties and risks, without trembling the feet and without back." He also privately criticized the United States that the Chinese and North Korean armies defeated their adversaries, equipped to the teeth, shattering the myth of American military invisibly, forcing the invaders to sign an armistice agreement in 1953. A live video from Radio Free Asia shows Mr. Xi Jinping speak for about 40 minutes during the Resistance to the American Home celebration. After the meeting, as he left the room, his walking posture has a noticeable difference from when he entered. He stumbled, shook his body to the sides, and leaned forward slightly. It should be noted that Xi Jinping also showed poor health at the meeting for the 40th anniversary of the establishment of the Special Economic Zone in Shenzhen on September 14. The video showed that Xi Jinping's speaking speed was slower than usual. When his speech lasted 44 minutes, he suddenly heard a cough. A few minutes later, Mr. Xi Jinping continued to cough and had to stop talking for a few minutes. During the CCTV broadcast of the event, as long as Mr. Xi appears to be coughing and holding a glass of water, the TV channel will immediately change the footage. However, despite the cover-up from CCTV, the audience watching the live broadcast could still hear Mr. Xi Jinping coughing while holding a cup of water. On October 15, there was a sudden rumor that Xi had returned to Beijing, which sparked speculation that his health was not good and that he was even infected with the Wuhan virus. Vision Times summarizes some comments from users of the Chinese language network as follows. "Didn't you pronounce it wrong this time because of a typo? I really sweat when I hear him speak. That year Saddam Hussein was even braver than he. Didn't even need to see the reading paper, but as a result, everyone knows there is no result." Watching a post like this, it won't be long before you're a president. Clearly the left side, a dangerous leftism. Comrades, I slipped. People often say that when they're desperate, and then there are these fire comments, such as, if the Chinese people weren't afraid of violence, their Chinese Communist Party would soon be eliminated, laughing to the death. Or, nowadays, they often slap you straight in the face, so anyone who is slowly wasting time with them playing man-see tactics like this before. Or even, as president, if you can't see history properly, if you still deceive people with lies, China is also hopeless. What does it mean to fight for defeat? Glorious failure?